Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kay, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my beauty empties from January. As always, if you've got any thoughts or opinions about any of the products I talk about today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you are new here, again, welcome, and I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave today, because I do post videos like this quite regularly, along with beauty purchases videos, the occasional get ready with me, and I would just love to see you come back. So with all of that being said, let's get into today's video. So if you're not sure what an empties video is, it's basically where people like myself use up beauty products, hang on to the rubbish, and then get on camera, hold up that rubbish and let you know how we really feel about them. I personally quite enjoy this style of video. I like watching them, I like filming them. I just think that when you've used a product up in its entirety, you've got a much better idea how you feel about it than, say, from a first impressions. And what I normally do with these is I just pull the products out as they come, so in no particular order. Let's get into this box. So first up, we've got this bath fizzer in very cute packaging here. Little mouse there. I had this from a work friend for Christmas. It was a strawberry scented bath fizzer and it was actually really nice. It was huge actually, had a really nice fizz to it and I just enjoyed it. Obviously it was a novelty item. It's not something you're going to be able to just buy just generally throughout the year. I'm not sure if there's a brand on this. It just says Fizz Creations, so I don't know. But yeah, it was cute in the packaging. It was just a normal round bath ball. When you took it out of the packaging, it was nice. I enjoyed it, so that was that. I also quite enjoyed these. So this is TTR Win. I don't know how you pronounce that brand at all. I have had some bath bombs from them before. They were a gift from my mum a couple of years ago. These were a gift from another work friend for Christmas, and there were just six bath bombs in here. There were some rounded ones and there were also some in like cupcake form. Very pretty, very highly scented. If you're not a fan of fragrance, steer clear of anything like that, but yeah, I really enjoyed them. I did find though that the cupcake ones had like a little topping on them. It looked like buttercream icing. Clearly it wasn't, but that didn't dissolve the same way that the rest of the like the cake part of the bath bomb did. So you ended up with this little piece left and it was a little bit like soap. There were essential oils in these as well, so I did find that trying to get out of the bath it was a little bit slippy, but yeah, fragrance wise, just general fun factor, I enjoyed them, and I would use them again. Another product that I had for Christmas from a work friend was this, and it was some lavender bath salts. It came in a little gift presentation box type thing, so I don't know the brand, and I actually didn't think they were strongly lavender scented. I know some people find lavender quite overpowering. I didn't think that these were that overpowering, but bear in mind that I do like strongly scented things, so just take that as you will. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and if I had any more I would use them again. Next we've got some more bath salts, and these were from Heathcote and Ivory. They were in an advent calendar I had last year that was William Morris themed. This fragrance was geranium and eucalyptus, and just like the other products that I've talked about from this calendar in past empties videos, it was alright. The fragrance was, I liked it better than some of the other fragrances that I've come across, but I would have preferred to have had a little bit more eucalyptus in here. There wasn't really a lot going on there, but it was alright. As I've said before, I wouldn't go out and look for this brand to specifically purchase, but I would use it again. Next we've got a toner, and this is from well, it says vegan by Happy Skin. So I think Happy Skin might be the brand. I'm not 100% sure. But this is the Original Skin Essence Toner. It had chamomile, calendula and aloe vera juice in it. And it was okay. I didn't think it was anything super special. I wouldn't run out to go and purchase this particular item again. But if it was in my life again, I would use it again. So that is that one. Next we have this from Mio. And it is the Sun Drenched Body Wash. Gentle Golden Micellar Cleanser. It was quite small. I did use it when I went on a little family trip to Blackpool a few months ago. I didn't use all of it though. We only really stayed a couple of nights. But I did finish it off since we've been home. And it was alright. It was quite interesting. It sort of came out with... It looked like, I'm going to say glitter particles, but it was very small little particles. It just looked a bit shimmery. It was like an orange colour. It smelled quite fresh, and it did just give your skin just a little bit of a glow. I guess the shimmer was what did that for that. But it wasn't like, you know, wasn't like a Twilight vampire or anything like that. You weren't like sparkling in the sun. It just gave your skin a little bit of a glow. I quite enjoyed it. I wouldn't necessarily purchase one, but if I was to get another one in a subscription box, I wouldn't be upset about it. Okay, so next we've got a mascara, and this is from Laura Mercier. It's the Caviar Volume Panoramic Mascara. It was just a little sample size. It was just 1 ml, and it was okay. I didn't think it was anything spectacular. It did its job, coated my lashes, made them look like they got mascara on, but it didn't really do anything that made me go, wow, that's amazing. So I wouldn't purchase a full size of this. But it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't as good as some other mascaras that I've tried. Another makeup product we've got is from Smashbox, and this was just a sample of the Original Photo Finish Primer. I wasn't really sure what to think about this. It's very silicone heavy. It didn't make my skin feel weird or anything, but just applying it in general, you could feel that sort of slip to it. It didn't feel heavy or greasy on my skin, held my makeup together quite well. I would use this again. In fact, I do think I've got another couple of samples of this still in my collection. I would have to have a look to make sure of that. But I do know that Smashbox has left the UK market now. So if I wanted to buy a full size of this, I think I might find it quite difficult. But as it stands, it's not something that I'm super excited about anyway. There's other products that I'd rather use instead. From Suzanne Kaufman, this is just a pillow spray. It's the, calming pillow spray. This, I actually liked this. I didn't use it very often. It was sort of as and when I remembered that I'd got it. But I was expecting it to be a little bit like the, This Works, I think is the brand. Subscription boxes kind of went crazy for a while and put one of those This Works pillow sprays in absolutely every box they had. This wasn't as strong as that spray. That spray can be quite heavy with the lavender. And whilst this did have some lavender in it, it wasn't as overpowering. It also had... it had some orange oil in it as well, and I think that just kind of balanced it out a little bit for me. A pillow spray isn't something that I'm likely to want to buy regularly, but if I was, I would definitely look at this one over the This Works product any day. Next we've got another one of these. So I've been getting through a few of these over the last few months. This is just a little sample from the fragrance shop, from their sample service called Scent Addict. So the idea behind that is you pay £12 a month, and each month you get to pick a fragrance, and they will send you an 8ml sample in a little tube similar to this, although they have changed them to glass now. This is one of the older plastic ones. There's usually quite a decent range of fragrances on there. This one is the Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid Fantasy. I've had a few of these. I forgot to change my preferences for a few months and ended up with I think about 5 or 6 of these, which is fine because I really love this perfume. I am a fan of the original Flower Bomb. In fact, it is right here behind me, but this one, it's really pretty. It's a little bit more on the sexy side than the original Flower Bomb, but it's not too overpowering. It is a floral fragrance, which I do typically enjoy, but this one has a little bit of sweetness to it as well, which it depends on how much that is as to whether I like it or not. This was okay. If it's too sweet, I find it's a little bit too cloying and I don't enjoy it. But this is lovely. I would definitely consider buying a full-size version of this perfume. And then we've got another fragrance, but this is a full-size version this time. From Dolce & Gabbana, we've got the L'Imperatrice, and I love this. I kind of bought this blind. I'd heard a few things about it. It sounded like something that I might like, and when I went to go and buy it, I did look a little bit at the notes and that to try and figure out whether I would or not. I am useless at that kind of thing. I've been trying to figure out what I like and what I don't. Some things I think I've figured out, some I think I have it figured out, and then I buy a perfume and realise I've got it totally wrong. But anyway, that's the joys of buying perfume online. But this actually worked out really well for me. It's floral, but I kind of feel like it has a hint of sea salt to it. I don't know what that is, and I don't know whether that's just me that interprets it that way. But whenever I spray this on myself, I feel like I can almost taste sea salt. It's probably just me completely losing the plot, but that's how it works for me. I really like this. Longevity wise, it doesn't seem to last a very long time. It is something that I did find I had to sort of respray a couple of times throughout the day. When I'm at work, I can't do that, but if I was at home, it was easy enough to just freshen up. But in spite of that, I would actually repurchase this. It was just a lovely fragrance to use, and I think it's been a very long time since I've used a full bottle in probably about a year, less than a year. So for me, that's pretty good going, and I think that tells you just how much I love this perfume. So that is that one. And on that very positive note, that does bring us to the end of this Empties video. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button before you leave. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I really do hope everyone's well and staying safe, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.